Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Asaf Rahman, and today's topic is a very important topic. It has got a lot to do with one of the important aspects of our everyday daily lives over there. In the previous week, the previous video, I have spoke about the 5 pillars of Islam, like how important is it in our part of our life. But coming in that, before performing those 5 pillars of Islam, or let's say the four of them, which is got to do with the worship from Salah, Zakah, Saum and Hajj. Before that, there's one more important aspect. You can call as the main subject, or main topic actually, and all. In order to perform that thing, preliminary this is required, or you can say one of the important aspects that is called as Tahara. Tahara. Now, the Tahara, basically the terminology of Tahara, the meaning of that is the purity, to be pure from something, to be pure. That's what it is. And the opposite of Tahara is Hadas or Najasa, that is unclean and impurity, you could say. So that's the thing. Now, how important and why is it a very important aspect in Islam? Now, there are basically 4 categories when regarding our deen Islam, Sharia. One is Huquq Allah, that is the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the worshipping to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Huquq Ibad, rights of the people. What rights are you fulfilling the people? What duties are you fulfilling the people's right? Third one is when these two, Huquq Allah and Huquq Allah, is combined. In that, which one comes preference first? One part which talks about the Huquq is preferred over the Huquq Ibad. That's the third category. And the fourth one is the Huquq Ibad is preference over the Huquq Allah. That's the fourth category. Now, taking all those 4 categories in the aspect, the first part is the Huquq Allah. Now, the Huquq Allah, that is worshipping the rights of Allah. That is, our duty is to perform to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's right. In that, 5 pillars of Islam comes in that. But in order to perform those 5 pillars of Islam, or let's say 4 pillars of Islam, Salah, Zakat, in that, all of them, all the worshipping aspect of Allah, worshipping to Allah, the most important is this performing Salah. And in order to perform the Salah, one has to remain clean, outside and inward also, as well, and more importantly, the outside actually. And to perform that, the Tahara comes into between. The cleaning oneself actually, that comes into picture. Now in the Tahara, there are mainly 2 categories. Okay, coming before that, now understanding the importance of this Tahara, one of the important aspect in Islam, the Tahara, after explaining all that. Now, if you see in the books of Hadith and the books of Fiqh, in the books of Hadith, you can say Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Abi Dawud, Sunan Nisai, Sunan Ibn Majah, and Sunan Tirmizi, and other books of Hadith. After every chapter and on all the chapters and all the topics of subject, after the Kitabul Iman or Kitabul Ilm, let's say, the next they talk about is Kitabul Tahara or Kitabul Wuzu and all that. And even the books of Fiqh, any books of Fiqh, on all the 4 school of thoughts, the first thing, the first topic, the first subject, or the first chapter they talk about is Kitabul Tahara or Kitabul Wuzu and all that. So that's how important is the Tahara. In order to perform any worship, any part of worship, whether Salah or Saum or Hajj, whatever, the first thing you have to is the Tahara, to cleaning oneself. That's how important is it. Now in the Tahara, in the subject of Tahara, the opposite of Tahara is Hadas actually, the uncleanness or impurity. In that, there are 2 categories, main categories: Hadas Asghar and Hadas Akbar. Hadas Asghar is the minor impurity, and Hadas Akbar means the major impurity. The minor impurity is that any act you have done which compels you to perform the wuzu is called Hadas Asghar. Like, for example, going for washroom and all that, passing the urine or faces and all, or taking out the wind out of it, that comes under Had se Asghar. Had se Akbar is any act you do which leads to compulsory of performing the ghusl of that in order to become clean or pure. That is called a Hadse Akbar. Example is that like a person, when the person is or spouses is they're having a love making and all that, which after performing that thing, that person becomes comes under Hadse Akbar, and yeah, that person has to perform a ghusl to how to become pure, and based on that, even on Tahara, that comes in two categories: Taharatul Asghar and Tahara Akbar. Tahara Akbar is like taking a complete bath, completely cleaning oneself by performing the bath. Actually, basically, is a ghusl. That is Tahara Akbar. Now, Tahara Asghar is performing an act of washing the face, washing the hand up to the elbow, performing the masa, or just wiping the forehead, and cleaning the feet up to the ankle. So basically, performing the farais of the wuzu, performing that thing is called as Tahara Asghar. Now, now these are like what do you say, the simple fiqh category I've mentioned, and even the hadith all are based on that. Now, what is the hikmah or the wisdom behind, or you can say the philosophical aspect behind the Tahara? Now, Tahara, overall, the Tahara as a subject, there are three kinds of people or three kinds of act coming under Tahara. One of that is the performing the cleanliness with respect to wuzu and ghusl. That is one category, first category. The second category is that cleaning oneself or wearing clean clothes, or the surrounding area is clean. Actually, that is the second category. The third category is like cleaning oneself on a daily routine aspect and all that, like cutting the nails, trimming the mustache, cutting the hair. For my case, I'm shaved, and keeping the beard. And while keeping the beard, also like obviously one has to keep a beard, maintaining such a way that it doesn't look so bad and all that, and cleaning that thing also, cutting the nails as said, and then cleaning the nose, or rinsing the mouth, cleaning the ears, and then cleaning the hair of the side as well as on the puberty area. And that's the third category. These three categories has come after going through all the Quran and Hadith which is related to Tahara actually. Now, another important aspect I'll tell about the Tahara, like when you refer to the Quran, Surah Baqarah of ayat number 22 and Surah Tawbah. Surah Baqarah is the second surah, and Surah Tawbah, that is the 9th of surah of the Holy Quran, and 9th surah and ayat number 108, where if you can refer to that thing, I have not referred to that ayah, but what basically talks about that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who clean themselves and all that, who on a daily basis keeping some discipline to cleaning themselves outward as well as inward. Actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those actually and all, and taking the beneficial aspect and all that. What is the benefit doing that thing? It is just not only the compulsory act or the natural aspect, the nature aspect of human to clean oneself. It is the reward. There's a reward of performing that thing. You get a sawab of performing that thing in dunya as well as from akhirah actually and all. And and another aspect that to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all, and to get it closer as much as one can from the ibadah, everything. The most important, the first aspect is cleaning oneself, that performing tahara. That's the only way to getting that thing. Remaining dirty from mind and inside the body and outside that thing, how much ibadah you do, you cannot get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of Rasulullah. One has to remain clean tahara from outward and inward to remain to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah, sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, the reference of the book I have taken from is from the Ma'arif al-Hadith, the Urdu book by Maulana Mansur Numani Rahimullah, and Tuhfatul Ma'i, Shara Jami Tirmizi by Mufti Sayyid Ahmad Palanpuri Rahimullah, and Adur Mandud, Shara Sunan Abi Dawud by Maulana Muhammad Aqil Sahab, Daman Barkatuhum, and the fourth one, I'll take the reference, the fourth one is Rahmatullahi Wasiya Shara Hujjatullah al-Baligha by Mufti Sayyid Ahmad Palanpuri Rahimullah, and the fifth one is the Ashraful Hidayah by Mufti Jamil Ahmad Thanvi Rahimullah. These books I have taken as a reference for giving this talk today. Now, just like the last video I've mentioned, even in this particular topic and subject also, inshallah there'll be a series of it talking about that, because this itself is a very big subject actually, along with those 5 pillars of Islam which I've mentioned about it in the previous video. And in that also, like I've said before, like I follow the Hanafi school of thought, so I'll be only speaking about the Hanafi school of thought related to the Tahara actually, and I'll be referring the books of fiqh books and hadith books based on that actually. The other school of thoughts, the other three, I won't able to speak right now because I need to learn, understand the thing while reading the books and speaking to scholars of that school of thought and all. So so right now I apologize that I cannot talk about the other school of thought with respect to Tahara. I'll be only speaking of the Hanafi, but make dua for me that I study that, I learn that as much as possible I can, and inshallah I'll also be talking about in the future videos as a series in the other school of thoughts. But currently I'll be only speaking about the Hanafi school of thought, the series which I'll make inshallah. That is for today. Thanks for watching the video. Like, share and subscribe to my video, and any comment you have, please do comment on that, and any mistake I've said when I was speaking about this subject, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me and remember me in your du'as, and take care and see you again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.